This project was carried out in Galápagos because the very specific characteristics of the environment there. So underwater active volcanoes around the world you can find in different places, but very difficult to reach. So there's a few places in the world where you can reach fumaroles, where you can find the CO2 bubbles, not at very deep sea levels. So in this case, Roca Redonda has this chance to explore concepts, these ideas, in an environment which is difficult to reach, but possible to do it. Conceptually, the project is totally linked with the ideas about the origins, about the search for discoveries, and in that sense also Galápagos has to do a lot with this kind of research. In the project there's focus on 4 colors, specifically from yellow to orange and from pink to purple. All these colors have something to do with volcanoes, are related to volcanoes. These pictures were taken in 2016 inside the crater of Sierra Negra, which is an active volcano also in Galápagos in Isla Isabela Island. So in this case, this was part of a performance in which I was recording the vibrations of the active volcanoes in different parts of Los Andes mountain range. And then I started, in this case we have 3, part of a series, and mostly focuses on the release of gases. And this piece is a collaboration with a colleague of mine called Cristina Muñoz. They are developing, along with a research team in the Universidad San Francisco de Quito, where we teach and conduct some research. The first prototypes of a material made out of yucca, and yucca is a kind of potato or native from South America, which is related to the idea of the future in the video, for instance. So what we see here is a hammock. This is the central piece of this exhibition. It's the video that we shot in the underwater volcano Roca Redonda. The bubbles that we see here are CO2 bubbles that acidifies the water column. We are researching on how some species, specifically some corals, can survive to this acid environment. And what we have here, these first examples that I'm working on a sort of vaccine that some corals will be able to take in this science fictional futuristic world if we continue to pollute or contaminate the environment as we are doing now. Because what happens is the ocean absorbs this contamination, this CO2 from the atmosphere, and generates this acidic environment underwater on the first layers. So we're experimenting with these ideas based on this research that we are conducting in Galápagos as well. In this sense, also I think it's important to establish kind of holistic views on contemporary issues. The ocean acidification is part of the global warming, is one of the effects of the climate change as well. I think it's totally important and totally useful to work in these collaborations, trying to see from completely distant perspectives in order to put together something more visionary, we'll say.